welcome to another edition of Let's Talk. I'm your host, Hound Dog Buck 50. On this one, I wanted to talk about why, as a man, you can't always wait on choosing signals from a woman. Uh, Now, here on my channel, I like to give you a perspective that's my perspective. Not necessarily saying that I'm better than this one or that one, but everything is about how you deliver your message and and how I go about it. And here's the thing. In the internet world, the term choosing signals is very popular. Basically meaning when a woman is checking you out. And a lot of, people that give dating advice say, well, wait for the choosing signals because then, basically, in other words, saying you're not going to make a fool out of yourself because the choosing signal is what lets you know if that woman is with it or not. But here's the thing. Women show their feelings differently. Um, and I'm sure most of you have heard the term, a person wears their emotions on their sleeve, so to speak. Um, as early as if you go back to grade school, middle school, high school, if you walked in a room, some girls are gonna show their appreciation for you in different ways. Some girls will, as soon as you walk in the room, hey Bobby, as soon as you walk in the room, and with her, it's obvious that that girl likes you. But here's the thing. Here's where I'm trying to give you the knowledge. Do you really think for a second that that was the only girl in the room that liked you? No, she was the one that went about it that way. So you got to keep that in mind. Don't for a second think that she's the only one in the room that was checking you out or liked you. She was the one that spoke up. And that's also probably part of her personality. She wears her heart on her sleeves. Then you got other females, they're going to be like, I'm not going to let him know I'm checking him out. But she likes you just as much as she does. So that's one of the reasons why you definitely can't base everything upon choosing signals, because everything is not apparent to the naked eye. And I'll give you an even better example. You as a man, I'm sure there's, and you can very much relate to this. I'm sure there's many a times, because you know how we are as men, we talk to our homeboys or whatever, and you might tell them like, yo man, there's a bad chick working, Whole Foods or whatever, boy. I be in there, boy. She just don't know. She just don't know what I would do to her. You go in there, buy your stuff, or go in there as pedestrian as can be. She would have no idea. Another dude come in there, when he come in there, he's all up on her. Baby, you look good, and I'm telling you this, me and you could have a baby, this, that, and the third. Does that necessarily mean he's the only dude that's checking her out? You like her just as much as he do, but you playing low key with it. It's the same thing with females. So that's why you can't really go by the whole choosing signal thing. You have to holler. That there's no avoiding it. Look at it as this. It's about getting what you want out of life. As men, we all got our little things, hang-ups, or as far as how we like our women. Some of us like our women thick. Some of them like them tall and slim. Some of them we like them, Amazon, whatever, 5'10", whatever, thick, all that good stuff. Some of us is into, nice skin, nice feet, nice hands, all that, whatever. But my whole thing is, when you see a female that fits your criteria, doesn't it make sense that it's only right that you holler? Because now, you hollering doesn't guarantee that she's going to give you any play, but essentially by you hollering, you're controlling your own destiny. Because, okay, here's the thing. The chick that supposedly chooses you overtly, and I say overtly because she's the one expressing that she's into you, you might not be into her. So if you only respond to the chicks that's choosing you, that means you're taking what you can get, not what you want. Because sometimes the girls that's choosing you and you not wanting them doesn't necessarily mean that they look bad. It just might not be what you want. So, you have to control your own destiny. If you want a nice house, when you go house hunting, you need to only look at the nice houses. That way, when you do get a house, one thing's for sure, it's got to be a nice house, because all of the houses that you looked at was fly. So you got to, if you like thick women, if you hollering at, let's say, call it 7 thick women a week, one of them got to come through for you. Why you with a slim chick and you like thick women? You see what you get where I'm coming from? You have to go for what you want. The truth, it sounds cool and all that to say wait for choosing signals, but you can't always go by that. Females, yeah, we're in a new era of the whole modern woman, all that's cool. But you must realize a lot of women are still old school, and they're still, for the most part, a lot of them still rather the man approach them, because they look at that as the manly thing to do. If you want it, you come get it. You go for it. Show me that you like me. That's how females are. Sometimes you're gonna have those. Sometimes it works out that female is just gonna show you that she likes you, and it is a good feeling when a female is showing you that she's interested, because it just, as a man, you get, it's like that charge. But you also must remember, just because it's 20 other women in the room and they're not saying much, or they're not communicating like her, it doesn't mean that they're not interested. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times they just want to see where you're coming from before they play themselves. So you got to keep all this in mind. It's the man-woman thing is very deep, and I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you the truth. Don't get caught up into all that choosing signal stuff, man. You got to go for yours, because women, truthfully, don't all show themselves the same way. It's just not that. You can go, in a store, and a female, greet you at the door, and she'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Obviously, she gave you that tension, choosing signals, whatever you want to call it. Then it's another girl over there working in another department. She ain't even looking at you. But she might be thinking like, I'm not finna make him think that I'm sweating him. I'm sure he gets a lot of women. I'm not going to be the one of many kissing his ass. So she's into you too. She's just not giving you the satisfaction that one gave you. That's all. So all I'm telling you is, don't get caught up into the who's checking you out. Don't let that dictate who you talk to. You talk to who you want to talk to, because that's how you essentially get what you want. If you're always talking to what you want, then you got to get what you want. Now, at the end of the day, there's no crime in being turned down. Being turned down don't mean that you're less of a man or you're not attractive. You can be the most, because here's the thing. You can be the most attractive man in the world. You can have money. You can have all that. Sometimes the female just ain't feeling you. There's no universal law that says if you got money or if you got looks or if you got a nice body, every female is going to be into you. It don't work that way. It just don't work that way. You know what I mean? So just remember, in order to get what you want, you got to go for what you want. And don't get caught up into who's checking you out, because at the end of the day, that really don't mean nothing. I have situations where I have gotten chicks' numbers and they gave me all those good vibes. Nothing came of it. Got numbers from girls who really didn't, at least on the surface, didn't seem like they was interested. Wound up hooking up with them. Need I say more? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave comments. And as always, peace, love, and whatever else you think of love.